Hey. Hey, y'all. I'm hungry. Hey, how are you? I'm good, love. How are you? Hey, everybody. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I'm honored to assist you. I'm sorry, I gotta eat, y'all. I'm so hungry. Hey, everyone. What up, what up, what up? It's Friday. Yes, I'm the one that had herpes for years, and I will talk about easier now. Look at you. I'm proud of you. It's a process. You can do it. Welcome to everybody else. Welcome, welcome. In the past, I was not able to, but I am just like you. Like you. You have to say it. Yeah. Many people are scared to say the word herpes. You need to just say the word. Like, stop holding on. We got to stop holding on to the stigma ourselves. Sometimes we uphold the stigma more than others. We want the stigma to go away, but we add to it sometimes with our behavior. We can't expect a stigma to go away and you're scared of it. It's not going to go anywhere and you're scared of it. You got to face it. We need to all face it on our own. We need to say the word herpes. We need to stop looking at ourselves in a negative way. We got to stop acting like we're worthless. Got to stop doing it. Is it easy? But we got to understand the stigma doesn't apply to you. You allow somebody else, what other people think of you, be more important than what you think of yourself. If you thought highly of yourself prior to have herpes, you're saying what other people say about you matter. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. And if it is at this given moment, which it happens to us anyway, because we don't hurt the stigma all our lives, and sadly say many of us have fed into the stigma ourselves with saying some things we have said. We just can't believe now it happened to us. And it do. But you do not have to allow the negative stigma to affect you. It's not true. And that don't mean everybody, I hear it all the time. Nobody want nobody with herpes. Nobody want nobody who ain't got no job. But people are with them all the time. People don't want to be with nobody who got 7 kids. They do it all the time. So my whole thing, it doesn't change them, period. Don't change them. People's situations do not change the value that they can bring to your life. It doesn't change their worth. It doesn't change their value. It doesn't change their morals. It don't change any of their beliefs. It don't change any of that. Situations happen to everybody. Everybody. Even if you make a good decision or a bad decision, still things happen that may not be favorable for them sometimes. Even if they thought they did the best thing for themselves. So I really want us to stop beating ourselves up so bad. Right? Face the music will make it better. You have to give yourself the power. You're right. You're preaching right now. It's been a blessing, all honestly. It made me say it all. Yay. I'm still confused if I have it or not. My IgG was a 1.0 trying to find another doctor. You have the virus, sweetie. All you need is a 1.09. But you're right at the cuff. But if IgG test said it been in your system for 12 to 16 weeks. But it's right at the cuff. But if it show up on the IgG, it been there for 12 to 16 weeks already. It's just your numbers are really low. No need to be confused, sweetie. All you need is a 1.09 to be positive. Yes, it's like folks need to talk and say all the words. Yeah, we have to talk it out. And it's hard because it's just hard. It ain't really sometimes easy to explain why it's hard, but it's just hard because we live in a world that sex is accepted, but having an STD is not. But we got to understand that comes with the territory. We got to stop allowing people to label us. I don't care what you're doing. You still have no right to be labeled. No right. It's not right. We live in a world that it's okay to talk about people, but do the same thing that they do. You just didn't get it. And don't mean you won't. And face it, it's hard. I know I have moments that I'm like, damn, I'm not going to find a person. Why do people think cold sore is not herpes? Because the information that's being shared is stating that is not. Some areas state that it's not. Now, if you go on CDC and American Association, it says type 1 cold sores and fever blisters as herpes. But if you look in other areas, it don't say that. And then some people, doctors, are stating that cold sores and fever blisters are not herpes. So a lot of the information is very not favorable. It's not all correct. And all the information is not all, it's not, number one, it's not all correct across the board. And then so many questions that we ask are not being answered clearly. But people think that because it's never been taught that way. We just saw, cold sores, fever blisters. Nobody ever stated to you that it was herpes. That's the only reason why people think that. You're going to find somebody, girl. In those moments, I look within. Absolutely. You got to get back out here and make yourself available. You got to make yourself available. Hey, how do you treat herpes on your cheeks? What you mean cheeks? Are you talking about your face cheeks or are you talking about your booty cheeks? I have friends that are swingers that are like no on STIs. Are like no on STIs. I mean, that's fine with them, but they're putting themselves at higher risk anyway because they're having sex with multiple people. And sadly to say, most people are not aware of herpes and are not being tested for herpes. So they're at a higher risk of even getting the virus. But they have the right to want to say that, you know, they are being involved with multiple people. So if they're getting tested, everybody's getting tested, that's fine. And that's okay. Everybody have the right to say no on things. But at the end of the day, when you have sex with somebody and they're not aware about sexual history, I won't say sexual, they're not fully aware of sexual education, then everybody's at risk. A lot of us are just here because we're just not educated. It's not because we know, everybody's just doing everything. I mean, you only have to have sex with one person to get herpes, and you don't even have to have intercourse or oral sex. Let's remember that oral sex is herpes. I mean, oral sex is sex, y'all. So you don't have to have oral sex or have any type of penetration to contract herpes. All you need is a simple kiss it's just that simple. Simple kiss. Which we kiss people all the time and don't think none of it. Your face. Well, you treat it the same way. What you can do is ask. If you are using if you want to use a medication, acyclovir has a topical cream. You can ask your doctor for the topical cream to apply, or you can do a mixture of tea tree oil and coconut oil, or tea tree oil and lemon balm. So you'll basically get a little container that you can put like lotions or something in those little small containers, and put like a teaspoon of coconut oil, and then drop in the tea tree oil or the lemongrass, either or. You can put both, and apply it onto that area. And make sure, if you're going to do it with your hands, make sure you wash your hands right off, or use a Q-tip, and do not reapply your hand or Q-tip back into that container, because if it's pussy or whatever, it can travel through that pus. The virus travels in that as well. So make sure to not put it back in there. You can cross-contaminate. And make sure not to touch your face if you do wash your hands with soap and water. You say you have not told anybody. Okay? I've said this, and they are like, say Charlie to it. Oh, okay, teach their own. I'm okay to teach their own. I think nobody want expect me. I don't want to go and no positive web to find love. Okay, Damien, you say you do not want to go positive singles to find love? I mean, if you think nobody wants you, it's kind of hard to... When you think things like that, when you think like that, you get nothing. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, when you think negative things, your actions follow. If you keep telling yourself, well, nobody going to want me, then I'm a strong believer that you put that in the atmosphere. When you put it in the atmosphere, then nothing comes back to you. Words have power. And a lot of us are using words so freely and don't understand why you're getting what you're saying. You can't keep saying that nobody's going to want me. That's going to exactly happen. People are going to stop talking to you. It's going to seem like nobody's studying you. It's going to look like that. But at the end of the day, it's because how you're feeling within. And I'm going to tell you, like, people can feel when you are not in the good place. And then you got some people who are not in good place too. And sometimes they come and just mess your life up even more. But I mean, you can't expect to have something happen for you if you don't even expect it to happen. So even if a guy came up to you and say he want to be with you and say he was interested in you, you're going to repel it because you don't feel good about yourself. So the most important thing is to make sure you get into a good place. And I would strongly suggest you say, stop saying that nobody wants you. And I want you to start saying, I want myself. I want to love myself. I want to be comfortable in my skin now. Like, I want you to start saying that. At this given moment, I really challenge you not to worry about nobody else at the moment, because you're in a place where you're not even happy with yourself. So you can expect to even accept somebody else wanting you because you don't want you at the time. And I know that's a tough thing to hear, but you're not in a good place. And the only way for you to get into a better place is, number one, first start looking at yourself and asking yourself, why do I feel like that about myself? It shouldn't just because you have herpes. Herpes is not the end all be all. It's not. Yeah, we have a stigma. Yeah, people are judgmental, but that's not everybody. Everybody's not, uneducated. Everybody is not bothered by it. But we take some posts that we see on social media and think that's the whole world view. I'm sorry. It's millions and millions of people in the United States or any country. It's millions of people, billions of people in the world. I'm telling you, everybody don't think the same. So we take a small group of people and let them determine the whole thing. That's the same way, and I'll say this. As an African-American woman, I hate, and I'm going to be so transparent, I hate when they put black women or African-Americans in one category saying we're all ghetto, we all uneducated. That's irritating. I don't care. I want to speak on a bigger scale. Anybody of any ethnic group, you get irritated when you get boxed in and you're being told that you're something that you're not. Because you want to take a small group out of the group and say that y'all all like that. So same thing with herpes and same thing with anything. That's not true. Everybody don't think the same. So stop getting out of that. Get out of thinking that you can determine what other people think. And everybody answer because you don't. But that's how you feel. You feel that. And since you feel that, you're going to have a hard time. And you don't have to. But you got to first work on yourself. We cannot expect nobody to want to be with you or even deal because you are not in a good place. You got to get to a better place where your confidence get better. But you can't expect anything at this given moment because you don't believe it's going to happen. You need to get your belief system and your love system together. You need to sit down and love on you. And start looking at yourself and stop telling yourself that negative stuff. Because you keep telling, the first person you listen to is yourself. And a lot of us are our worst enemies. We are bullies to ourselves. We beat ourselves up. And then you wonder why other people treat you any type of way. Well, you treat yourself pretty bad. You can't treat yourself bad and then expect somebody else to treat you good. It's kind of difficult sometimes. Or somebody treating you good, but you're so used to treating yourself bad, you don't even know how to accept it. I really want us all to love ourselves. With everything that happened in your life, you can't control everything. You can't rewind at the time. But just know at this given moment, your life doesn't have to be the end. It's not. You're still alive. You're still waking up every morning. Is it easy? No. Are you sad some days? Yes. Are you sad every day? Maybe. Are you scared? Very much possible. But at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be like that forever. You're going to have to push forward and get some coping skills. Number one coping skills is learning how to love yourself and use some affirmations. Reading some self-help books and learning how to love yourself again. Be around people who naturally show you they love you, and you knew that anyway before you got this virus, and let them love on you. But we are our worst enemies. We really are. So I tell people this all the time. Folks look at me like I'm crazy. They look at you like you crazy because they're not educated. It's not because they're just looking at you because they're not educated. And I think we need to stop being so unbothered. Folks are just not educated. We weren't educated either, sadly to say. Most of us anyway. And your diet matters to with cutting your outbreaks, I have found. True. Hello, everyone. Hello. Is it true that the way of checking in what stage or level is the virus is by a blood test? Is it true that the way of checking in what stage or level is the virus is by the blood test? I'm not quite sure. What level or stage? What do you mean level or stage? What level or stage? I'm not quite sure what you mean by level or stage with a blood test. The blood test lets you know if you have it or not. IgG will let you know if you had it for 12 to 16 weeks. That's it. If that's what you mean. Positive Signals is a great site. I know a lot of people on Positive Signals that have met some great people. And then I know people on Positive Signals who have met some crappy people. Because some people on there just want to have sex. But you got to weed through people and stop putting everybody in a box. I want to also stop thinking just because I get with somebody with herpes, that's going to be all happy-go-lucky. Everybody ain't in good spaces. You can be with somebody who have herpes, and they can be worse off than you in their head. You don't want to be with somebody else who head space is worse than yours or yours. We're a lot to deal with when you're in a good space. We need to start getting in a good space. There's nobody else's business to help us get to a good space. I mean, I'm talking about relationship-wise. You need to go get the help you need. You need to go, focus on yourself long enough to get into a good space, or it gets really, really straining in a romantic relationship when you're not happy. Because it's nothing that your partner can do to make you happy. Nothing. What is Positive Single? It's a dating site for individuals who have the virus. Yep, you have to speak life over yourself. It's a law of attraction. Yes, it is. You manifest whatever. That's why I'm celibate and working on me. I look at the root and so on and say that. True, you got to look at the root. A lot of us have been in a low place for a long time, and this just didn't happen. Yes, Mom. You put them in your, it's in the sink.
What thing?
It's in the sink.
In the bathroom?
Yeah. That's the last place I seen them, or you put them at the top of the container. What is the transmission percentage with no outbreaks? Nothing. You can't pass the virus if you don't have no outbreaks, y'all. You have no outbreaks, you don't pass the virus. All of y'all have heard y'all doctors say that, but y'all don't believe y'all doctors. Sadly say, y'all doctors be telling y'all the truth. Y'all don't hear it. Y'all don't hear it the way you're emotional when you hear this information. And it's hard for you to hear it. And then when you go do your research, you have a hard time because you see shedding. Shedding is an outbreak too. If you're not shedding, you're not having a physical outbreak. Mama.
No, you're not.
I don't know. You put them somewhere.
I asked you a question.
I answered you too.
Yeah, but you said I put them in there, but I didn't put them in there.
Yes, you did.
I couldn't have.
Yes, you did. Come on. Yes, you did.
I don't see
Mom,
them in there.
yes, you did. Yes, you did. They're in here. I see them. Da, 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 da. All right, y'all. My mother, y'all. Y'all hear us going at it. Looking for something she needed. What's the transmission rate? Yes, so you can't pass the virus if you're not having an outbreak, y'all. And then y'all go onto online and start reading about shedding. Shedding is when the virus is also active. You're having an active outbreak even with shedding. And if you're not shedding and you're not having a physical outbreak, you cannot pass the virus, period. That's it. That's what happens when the information is not completely accurate across the board. And it's written so it's not clear. And when it's not clear, you get confused. And when you get confused, you start to make up whatever you think it says or what you assume. Or you'll read so many different things. I'm sorry, y'all. This thing's getting in my hair. To try to get clarity. And then you get more confused. Literally. You get way more confused. But I'll tell you today. Shedding and an outbreak is the exact same thing. Literally. They're both outbreaks. There's no one you just see and the other one you don't. That's it. But if you're not having neither one of them, you will never pass the virus. There's no way to pass this virus if you're not having an outbreak. I think we're really thinking too deep into the shedding thing. Y'all looking too deep. It's an outbreak as well. You just can't see it. That's it. That's all. Is lysine good to take? Because I take 300 milligrams every morning. And I don't have any general symptoms or outbreaks, but I still have the breakouts on my cheeks, on my face. My whole thing is lysine is not going to ever keep you from having an outbreak. And that's something we think. Like, we got to stop thinking just because I'm taking something, it's going to keep me from having an outbreak. That's not a cure. We're looking at these supplements. We're looking at this antivirals like cures. We're looking at the essential oils and the coconut oils like they're cures. They're not cures. They are treatments. And with treatments, you have to understand, you got to do the whole treatment. You got to understand things happen. But within treatments, we got another part of, we got applying supplements or applying anything whatever pills, doing whatever you're going to do. And then you have the trigger piece. In your treatment, to keep your outbursts, you just got to have this treatment plan. Within this treatment plan, you have to make sure you're keeping your triggers down. You keep having outbreaks because you keep triggering outbreaks. It doesn't matter how many, I don't care. You can take 500 milligrams of lysine. It ain't going to make a difference. It sounds mean, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I am trying to be very candid and clear for you. You got to get your triggers under control. Reduce your triggers and take the supplement will help you reduce your outbreaks. But just taking the supplement but doing nothing about your triggers, your chances are you're going to have outbreaks and you're going to be frustrated because you're taking this supplement and you think this supplement is supposed to keep you from having an outbreak. It's supposed to assist with you doing your part, which is reducing your triggers. And then the medicine's going to come in and say, you know what? She's keeping her triggers down. We're going to keep this virus at bay. But if you triggering it, the medicine can't overpower it. It sounds great. I wish it could, but it don't. Those triggers rile that virus up every time. It doesn't matter what's going on. It'll rile that trigger up. The triggers rile that virus up. So I really want us to stop looking at these supplements and even the Valtrex and the Cyclovir. I hear people say that all the time. Oh my God, I'm taking the medicine. I'm still having outbreaks because you're still triggering the virus. Get that under control, y'all. I'm a big one on that. And I say this and I will never stop saying this. Get your triggers under control or figure out what they are. And a lot of us are not taking the time. You're worrying. I don't want to have no more outbreaks. Well, the only way for you to stop having outbreaks is start worrying about the outbreaks. You can't worry about an outbreak and expect not to get the outbreak. It ain't going to go nowhere. It's going to stay right there. And you seem like you're going to have an outbreak after outbreak after outbreak because you have not got your stress under control. Relax, breathe, and let it go away. But you stressing about it, stress is number one trigger. You're going to keep on having outbreaks and keep on having outbreaks and keep on having outbreaks. And you're going to be beyond pissed because if you keep on having them, you got to relax. You have to relax. You have to. And I know it's hard when those outbreaks suck and they hurt. But at the end, you have to relax or you're going to keep having them over and over. It's like I keep having symptoms. It's because you keep triggering and worrying. You're worrying. It's not going to go away. Hope that made sense. Did that make sense, y'all? Let me know. Yes, baby. Y'all see Junior? Come on. Say hey.
Hey.
What's your name?
Angela.
Yes. How old are you, Angela?
4.
Yeah. What? Who am I to you?
Mommy.
Yes. Who's in there with you? Who in the back room?
Grandma.
And who else?
And Hayden.
And who else?
And.
There's one more person back there. You forgot about Granny?
Granny.
How old is Hayden?
4.
He is not 4. He's 8.
He's 8 years old.
Yeah, he's 8 years old. Guys, y'all can have kids.
Huh?
This is my youngest. He's 4. And I had him vaginal. I had him and Hayden vaginal. I took the antivirals with Hayden. I did not take the antivirals with Junior. By then, I knew my body. You can have children. Herpes do not keep you from having kids. It's not. It's getting on my nerves. Don't keep you from having children. Anybody have questions? I'll let Junior come get his tidbit. Any more questions? Oh, the last thing I want to say, you say you don't have any genital symptoms. You probably don't have genital herpes. You probably just have oral herpes or facial herpes. Oh, thank you. It said, it's so hard because I do not know what's triggering it, LOL. I just woke up with a bump on my cheek every morning. I tried tea tree oil and it makes it worse. Because you're just putting tea tree oil. You cannot just put tea tree oil on your face. It's an essential oil. Essential oils you can't put directly on your face. It will burn it. You have to cover. You got to dilute it with coconut oil. Tea tree oil and coconut oil have to go together. And if it's making it worse, you cannot use it. That's probably not a supplement you can use. You can do lemon balm. You can try that, or you can try, a lemon balm. Give that a try. Or do Witz Hazel. Put Witz Hazel on it to dry it out. Coconut oil basically helps soothe from the itching. If it's really itchy. But coconut oil and tea tree oil works really good together because it helps with the itching. And tea tree oil helps heal. Head's itching, y'all. You said, oh no, but no. You didn't know, sweetie. Don't beat yourself up like that. You didn't know. Sometimes we get information, you just seen one thing you just didn't know. It's all right. I got you. Oh, okay, so you have both. Oh no, I have genital because of my menstrual cycle triggers. Okay, so you know one trigger. You just got to figure out the trigger for your face. And if you say you're waking up in the morning, you got to sit down and make some time to figure out what's going on. You got to figure that out. And it takes some time because you got to kind of look at yourself and say, what was going on today? Was I stressed today? Have I been getting sleep today? Was I laying out in the sun today? Because exposure, a lot exposure to sun can cause it to trigger a facial or outbreak for you. It's not everybody, but y'all know I like to tell y'all everything. There's many ways to make the bumps go away. It just all depends on what you want to do.
Mommy, I'm hungry.
And I just told you one, which is tea tree oil and coconut oil, sis. But it's many. I have a video coming out on Monday about that, so I'm going to leave that information on Monday. And it's talking about the treatment. But I also talk about that in many other videos, too. No, I'm not giving you nothing else to eat. You just ate. Drink some water. You're just sitting, eat. Yeah, but tea tree oil and coconut oil is a good start. And lemon balm and coconut oil is good too. And it all depends on, are you even having outbreaks and where too. If you have it on your mouth, you can do a Breva, a Blistex, or a Carmax. All depends on where you're having an outbreak. Any more questions, y'all? Don't shake that up, babe.
I got water.
You have water.
Yeah,
Say it. I have.
water.
You ain't say it. I have
Have
water.
water.
I'm sorry. What the heck is that in his eye? That's odd. Anybody have any questions? Not really. That's the difficult part with that menstrual cycle. That menstrual cycle is your trigger. That's kind of hard to just, your menstrual cycle is not going anywhere. And if that's your trigger, the only thing you can do is try to prepare for it to reduce the healing time. So what you could do is, before your menstrual cycle comes, is start your treatment, whatever treatment that you're going to do. Which most people, many ladies that I know who have it for their menstrual cycle, they do oregano oil ain't curing no herpes. I know people who take oregano oil now, they ain't curing no herpes. Black seed oil either. It reduces your outbreaks, but it's not curing it. I eat oregano. I ain't gonna lie, if that was the case, I've been rid of it. I put oregano in my food, like pure oregano. But it will reduce your outbreaks. It will suppress it. But like I said earlier, it all depends on your triggers too. But no, you can prepare whatever your treatment may be for your outbreaks, which I don't know what that is. You kind of just keep doing what you're doing there and kind of prepare your body for it. And I know, like I said, many ladies who do have do it during their menstrual cycle, they just up their treatments. They're kind of prepared for it. And with your menstrual cycle, you just got to try to keep that area dry as possible, which is hard, especially if you use pads. But you got to try to keep it dry. And another way to kind of keep it dry is kind of, if you want to do Witch Hazel or something like that, to kind of dry it out quick. And then, you just got to try to keep it dry. That's one of the most important things, keeping it dry. The longer you keep it dry, it'll dry up and go ahead and scab up. But if it's all moist and wet, it's kind of hard for it to dry. It takes longer. It takes way longer. Okay. How do I tell a person I have herpes? I get so nervous. Simple. You just have to come out and tell them. It's no... And many of you think it's this special way. It's no special way. All you do is sit the person down, figure out exactly where y'all stand. A lot of y'all, and I'm going to be so honest, a lot of us are worrying about telling somebody, but not making an attempt, like more important, figure out where the relationship going. You need to know where you want to go with a relationship before you even think about disclosing. It's okay with being nervous. That's normal. Everybody's going to get nervous. I still get nervous. But you need to know where the relationship going. And you need to also make sure you're in a good space to even get in a relationship. So I love helping people with disclosure. But most important, I want to make sure y'all in a good space before you get there. Because if you're not in a good space and you don't know what you want, this disclosure is a waste. But if you're at a place where I don't figure it out, my triggers, I don't kind of got them under control. I know what treatments I'm going to take. I don't educate myself about herpes. Now I'm ready to disclose. So you're going to figure out, no. So y'all, you're going to figure out exactly, make sure y'all on the same page. After y'all on the same page, I'm a strong believer that you just don't come out and say you have herpes. Number one is because that's just weird. Okay, me just call you and say, you know what, I got herpes. That's so weird. So I will say it's all about communication. I'm not a person to create a negative space when I'm telling some serious information. I create a very healthy space, and that's what I teach my clients. Create a healthy space. Don't even make that person feel like you about to tell them anything. Like, make it so comfortable. And how to make it comfortable is whatever y'all been talking about to bring it in. Or just say, for example, you've been talking to him for a month or two now. Y'all ain't did anything, kissing or nothing like that, but y'all just been strictly getting to know each other, okay? So y'all been getting on to you like, oh, okay, I like you, you like me, we both talked about kind of seeing where it's going. You like, cool, since we want to see where it's going, let's have a deeper conversation. Okay. And y'all can have a deeper conversation. That deeper conversation is like, well, some things I want to share with you that happened in my past or things that happened to me. You ain't even got to say when, but you can say something that happened to me and I want to share it with you. And they go like, okay, what happened to you? And you'll tell them, well, I'm a strong believer. Tell your story. Don't just say herpes. You got to tell a story. Nobody understands how people get herpes. They think folks are just screwing the world and thinking that's how they get herpes. And that's not true. Most people who have herpes came out of a relationship. So, or was in a relationship when they end up getting the virus. So you'll tell your story. I don't care if you don't know how you got herpes. Just say, I went to the doctor, and when I went to the doctor, the doctor tell me this. Or simply say, I was, something weird was going on. I went to the doctor, and this is what happened. And you tell them, like, they end up telling me I have herpes. And you get quiet, and you let them process. I'm not a person to just come out and say something. You gotta explain stuff to people. Just giving them a situation they won't understand. It's like somebody telling, girl, I just got diabetes. Like, girl, what was you doing? That's what we always say. What you know better? And you like, no, let me tell you, type thing. So I always tell people, you got to tell a story. You got to explain. Well, you have to tell the story of what's going on because we're very uneducated about herpes. Many people are very uneducated about herpes. And also, even if they're not interested in you after that, and that's okay, and don't get so bent out of shape about rejection. That's not really rejection. They have the right to choose. It's many things you don't want to accept. And I really want us to get in our head that you do not accept everything either. So that person has the right to not accept it. It's not that they're not accepting you. They're not accepting it. That's it. They was like, I can't take that. I don't want to take that risk. That's fine. You don't want to take a risk with a dude who ain't got no job. You don't want to take a risk with a dude who got a bunch of kids. You don't want to take a risk with a dude who a mama boy. Like, a lot of us just don't want to deal with some things. So we got to understand everybody has the right. So we just get so bent out of shape about that. But understand, we reject people on a daily. Women are just not used to being rejected. And that's a lot of our problems. We ain't used to that. Men will get rejected on the daily. Women, we ain't used to that. We used to having folks chasing behind us majority of the time. Even if he ain't the most attractive dude. We just used to it. But at the end of the day, you just, you first figure out exactly where y'all going. And then you say, hey, I want to share some things. Share something that happened to me. And you share exactly what happened. Or if y'all end up bringing up sex, while we're talking, end up coming up. Then you say, sex came up. I just want to, figure out where your sexual education is. What do you know about, your sexual education? What do you know? When the last time you've been tested, all this stuff, you have the right to ask. And I feel like if you are having sex, you have the right to ask about somebody's sexual history. And you have the right to ask somebody their sexual education knowledge. Like, you have the right to ask it. Is it comfortable? No. But if we're going to do something like this, this is really we can somebody pass the STD to another person, or we end up having a child. I kind of want to know what prior, because a lot of us are just not on the same level. It's sad. It's just everybody's not on the same level because the information across the board is not shared the same. Some people parents talk. Some people their parents don't. Some people have sex education. Some people don't. If you're in the South, we don't get sexual education right now. It's abstinent states. Some people up north, they get it because they're in, different clubs and stuff like that. So they get that option, or their parents are very open. So everybody's not created equal when it comes to sexual health. So. My whole thing is, I'm going to tell you something about these cures. And I'm going to tell this so plain to you, love. If you want to do it, do it. Don't ask me about it, because I ain't doing it. And I want to say this so clear to everybody on here. I'm not here to cure you. I'm going to be so transparent. That's not what I'm here for. That's not my platform. If that's what you're looking for, my platform is not for you. I'm going to be so transparent. And I know y'all come to me and ask me this stuff. You know why I don't talk about it? Because at the end of the day, I ain't doing it. That's not my platform. I don't believe I know for a fact that's not my platform. My platform is to educate you. This is why half of us have herpes, because we're not educated. If you want to do that, go to a person platform who's teaching that. I'm just being honest. I hope that didn't come off wrong or mean, but I get that question all the time. And y'all know I don't talk about cures on my platform. I don't. That's not my focus. It never will be my focus at this given moment. That's not my focus. Never have been my focus. When I came out, I worried about getting rid of the stigma, because that is the reason why half of y'all not living y'all lives. That's the reason why you're not living y'all lives. Period. So I focus on what was holding us bound. I would focus on that and focus on education. And that's that's the only questions I can answer for you comfortably, with confidence. All that other stuff, I'm not going to answer it because I don't research it. I don't look into it. You know, I'm being transparent. Y'all can feel what you want to feel. And honestly, I don't want to really hear your opinion on it. Just being transparent. I don't want to hear your opinion on it because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to educate. I'm here to kill this stigma. That's it. So I hope you take that well. Any of you take this well. The 17 of you on here and all the other people who are going to watch the replay. I hope you take that well. But my platform is not to teach you to cure yourself. It never have. It's to educate. So there's many other guys out here who do it. It's a Chris out here. I don't see Chris. He talks about it. Another guy, I can't remember his name, a white guy in a coat. It's many people who talk about it, but I don't really talk about it. I want to educate y'all. That's it. That's my goal, is to educate. So, love bug, I'm not the person to answer those questions for you. I'm not the person to answer. So I'm not going to get into something that. But I can talk about supplements. Because I know those supplements help to reduce or get you to a point where you're not having many outbreaks, like black seed oil, oregano oil. They're good supplements. I won't knock that. I'm still coming to that. I feel like I could have caught something way worse, but I caught something that come and go. It gets so hard at times, especially when I get outbreaks. Yeah, I hate outbreaks too. It's not something that is easy to deal with, period. It's many things in life that's not easy, but to you say it could be worse, but to you, let's be honest, this is your worst, and that's okay. I want you to say that's okay, especially if you haven't, I don't know what you have dealt with in your life, but for some people, because I can see other people reading that post and was like, well, this is my worst, because it is the worst for some people. Some people, this is the only real bad thing that happened in life. Their lives wasn't perfect, but they didn't have anything, that traumatic happen in their life. And this is their traumatic moment. So I'm not taking this from you, but I'm also using it to, educate other people, So, but I understand it's a constant reminder. And I know we don't want the reminder every time we have the outbreak, but I want you to realize it's okay to have a sad day, but it's not okay to stay in it. It's not okay. I don't like the outbreaks either. I just got over one. Couldn't stand it. It's okay, sweetie. You can ask whatever you want to ask, but I'm going to tell you from my point of view, if you're going to believe it, follow them on that. That's it. That's what I'm going to say on that piece. If that's what you want to ask, I can't answer you because that's just not something I'm doing. So I cannot answer you based off that stuff because I don't do that stuff. So it's best for you to ask those people. Ask those people. That's all I'm saying. Ask those people. But I'm here just to educate you where I am. I'm not cured. I can't speak on something that I haven't done. It'll be crazy for me to continue to speak on something that I haven't done. Now, if I do it, best believe I'm going to spring from the mountaintops and I'm going to tell y'all, but I have not done it. So I'll be wrong to say, girl, yeah, I'm not doing it. I refuse, and I'm going to be honest, I'm going to refuse to start speaking. I'm going to stop speaking on it at this given moment because at the end of the day, I'm not doing it. And like I said, you can feel what you want to feel, but I'm not doing it at this given moment. I am educating. And my goal is to educate and kill the stigma. That's my goal. He said, I'm in a relationship. My boyfriend's cool for the most part. I feel contagious because I have both and nerve pain and burning. I'm just numb because I already have. Okay, you already have other issues. Okay. My thing is, you got to learn your trigger, sweetie pea. I have both too. So my whole thing is you're not contagious. And I don't even like saying that because at the end of the day, when you're not having an outbreak, you're not passing the virus. You have a boyfriend. So you have somebody who loves you, and is working with you through this as well. So just realize you're not in this by yourself, which is a blessing. You're not in this by yourself. You have a partner. Okay. But you got to learn what's causing all of this. Stress is number one. You have to get your stress under control. You cannot expect it to go away or reduce if you continue to be stressed. You have to reduce your stress. And I know that's hard when you got other issues. Like you just stated, you have another issue as well. But stress takes a toll on your body, period. Especially as a woman. Stress will keep you from having children. And I'm being honest because I know many people who may not have any issues, but they're struggling to have kids because they're stressed. You got to get your stress under control. And other things that may be going on. Is there a consistent burning sensation with herpes? It's about bumps. It's about bumps that itch but don't hurt. The thing about it is the burning, if you're having a consistent burning, you're consistently having an outbreak. You shouldn't have any burning. You shouldn't have any bumps. You shouldn't have any itching. Anything pertaining to your genital area, it should not be that. It shouldn't be a smell to it. It should be none of that. As women, we're going to have natural discharge. But if the discharge gets to a point, which I'm not sure if you're a woman or a man, but for women, if your discharge end up getting clunky, or if it start, it just look extra white. Typically, our discharge is pretty clear majority of the time. If it got a color to it, got a smell to it. Okay, thank you. I didn't want to speak to you. You're a dude. Okay, thank you. So, we know as women when something's off. Our vagina shouldn't itch on a regular basis. It shouldn't have no smell to it. Even guys, you shouldn't smell. Like, you shouldn't have all, even though sweating. But other than that, you shouldn't have those things. And if you're having that, it's an issue. It's an issue. It is truly an issue. And for us, typically, yeast infection, bacteria, vaginosis. But if you're having that burning, you need to figure out what that burning is consistently. And if you think it's an outbreak, because I always tell y'all, everything is not an outbreak. We think it is, but everything is not an outbreak. Bacteria, vaginosis, and yeast infections, if you pee, it can burn because it's everything's inflamed. So that's another thing. Are you having a yeast infection or a vaginosis with the outbreak at the same time? Or are you just having an outbreak at the same time? You kind of need to just know what that is. But if you just believe it's just an outbreak, you gotta learn what's causing it to happen. And you do not have to have bumps all the time. Bumps is a symptom. Burning is a symptom. Itching is a symptom. Herpes outbreaks are not bumps. An outbreak is an outbreak. It's just what you're having. But we think outbreaks are bumps. They're not. It's a symptom of a bump. And they don't have to hurt, just like you said. They don't have to hurt. What you have? Okay. It don't have to hurt. I don't want y'all to think it do. I know you read and they say it has to hurt. It don't. It don't have to hurt. It don't have to hurt at all. Okay, so the symptoms are itching, burning, swollen lymph nodes in your groin. Or I'm going to talk from oral and genital. I'm about to list everything. So I want y'all to know I'm listing everything and just jump in where you fit in. So swollen lymph nodes, if you have oral, it's in your neck, or genital, it's in your groin area. Itching, burning sensation, or burning when you urinate. Discharge for some women. That's not for everybody, and they say it's not discharge, but I have experienced that, and many other ladies have experienced that too, but they're not just going to be always a symptom, because sometimes it's just not consistent for everybody. Bumps. Some people have bumps, and when I say bumps, it can look like a pimple, it can look like a cut, it can look like a abrasion, it can look like a rash, it could be a cluster of bumps, it could be open blisters, all of that. Okay, I want y'all to. It can look like bumps that got little rays and like little pus, has little pus in it. Everybody's look different, so I don't want y'all all looking like, oh, it's all the same. It's not. It's not all the same. You just got to figure out what it looks like for you. And that's why it's kind of getting misdiagnosed a lot, because it don't look like what they say it look like. What's the other symptoms? Aching body, flu-like symptoms. Flu-like symptoms only really come in the beginning. Okay. Just forewarn y'all on that. Flu-like symptoms in the beginning. Like I said, aching, so that nerve pain, so it could be in your legs, it can be in your feet, like your feet are like you're walking on stickies. It can be a tingling all over your body, or it can be itchy all over your body. That happens to some people too. What is the other symptoms? I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything, I think. Itching, burning. Headaches. Some people have headaches. Yeah, I think that's everything, y'all. I was thinking. Anybody else can come up with something else? Please let me know. Do you get swollen lymph nodes for herpes? Yes, you can. You can get them in your neck or your groin area. That lets you know when there's something's going on with you if you get swollen lymph nodes. So how long as I'm not having any symptoms, I'm good to have sex? Correct. If you're not having any symptoms at all, you're good to have sex. You're right, sweetie. Bless you too, sweetie. Bless you too. Tingling, fire feeling, LOL, major headaches. Yep, that happens. Everybody's so different. Yeah, some people would feel like it's on fire. Some people it just burns. It varies, but those are the symptoms, the basic symptoms. Thank you. You're beautiful too. And I don't have to see you to believe that. You are gorgeous. Anybody else have any other questions or concerns? I thank y'all for being on here with me. Y'all know I love what I do. And I want to say this to y'all. I hope I never offend any of y'all. But y'all know I'm passionate. And I always want y'all to know my purpose of being here. And many people will not understand why I do what I do. And I'm not here to kind of convince people what I do. I kind of know I'm very clear what my calling is at this moment. And I assist others with their callings as well. But I'm excited. Oh, while we're talking, I'm really excited. If y'all ever heard me talk about Rich is a guy that he basically we had one of the doctors. Y'all remember the doctor who was working on the vaccine. Can't remember the guy's name right now, but he was working on the vaccine. He ended up dying about, I think, 2 years ago. So Rich was able to go and try the vaccine, and it worked for Rich. Okay. His outbreaks were severely decreased and all the things like that. So that man ended up passing away. He was in the process of working with the FDA, but he did not do a process with the FDA. He was not telling them that he was doing human testing yet, and he was not in that phase. So FDA is kind of like up in the wind. But Rich is constantly, he's like one of the guys who's doing it. Okay, love. But at the end of the day, he ended up doing that, and now he's in the process of writing letters to the FDA, CDC and things like that, senators and things like that. So he ended up getting a letter back from one of the senators that he sent out to, because he's constantly sending out letters, and they want to work with him on speeding up the process for vaccinations and research. So it's a process happening, and I support him 100% in that. So just know it's people out here who's moving to get us research and moving to get us a vaccine, or even looking for a cure. That's happening. I talk to people who work for the CDC and American Association, CDC and the health department pertaining to these things. It don't move as quick as we want, but It's people out here who doing what they need to do. That's just not me. I just support it and try to get the information to help y'all and share it. So it's moving. It's moving. It's moving. It's moving. It's many doctors out here, scientists who are working on a vaccine or trying to work out something. So I truly believe that it will be a vaccination. I don't know about the cure piece, but I can speak on the vaccination piece because that information is present out here. And I know somebody who went through the process and seen a big difference. I'm not a person who kind of speak on stuff based off of what I can touch, approve, you know. Yeah. Yes, they do have people. You can do positive singles. That's one of the main ones. Is positive singles. How do you spread it on your own body? Basically, you spread it on your own body. If you're having an outbreak at the given moment, just say if you're having an open outbreak. So you're having an outbreak. Remember that it is fluid within this outbreak. So secretion, if you want to say, or fluid, or wherever else you want to call it. But basically, if you touch that and touch another skin part, you can pass the virus to another part of it. It is skin to skin contact, so you can pass it that way. Is it guaranteed just because you touched it that you're going to get it automatically? No, yes and no. That's the part. I was doing some research on that the other day, and I was like, this is so irritating because I wanted to share that with y'all. Like, what's the percentage if you touch yourself, and pass it? Like, it's no numbers out there. Like, I'm still looking for that. Like, I was literally getting my hair done yesterday, and I was just like looking. I was like, where is this information? Because we need more information sharing with us. If I touch this area, is it guaranteed? And right now, it's no clear information stating is it guaranteed if you touch it, it's going to go to another area. They say it's possible, but I don't know the percentage pertaining to it or how that fully works, because all they say is skin to skin contact. It's no real information stating this is what happens and then this is what happens. Like, I'm looking for it. So if somebody see it, you tell me, because I was looking for it like crazy yesterday, because I was like, man, I really want to share that with them so they will know and they're a little bit more educated in that area. But information is so skim and so irritating. If you already have it and you happen to have a partner who has worse outbreaks, can your symptoms worsen? No. Your symptoms has nothing to do with their symptoms, sweetie. That's a good question, though. Yeah. Your symptoms have nothing to do with their symptoms. I don't want y'all to think just because. That's like saying if one person have a cold, will your cold get worse? Your cold is your cold and their cold is their cold, And that has basically a lot of it got to do with their own immune system. Just say with a cold, like some people can get a cold and it's like, oh, it's fine. Somebody else, it takes them clean out. All about your immune system too. But no, it won't worsen. That's a good question. That's a really, really good question. I'm happy you asked that because I'm sure somebody was thinking that. LOL will do. Yeah. I'm still looking. I was like, we need some information on that one. That's why we need more research and more updated information, because the information is not fully updated and it's irritating. So is it true only spread it by fluid or secretion? It can be, because at the end of the day, I don't know if y'all ever, I'm sure y'all have looked at y'all outbreaks. If it got pus and stuff coming out, the virus is lying within that fluid and it can be transmitted to other areas. And it's not guaranteed. Once again, it's not guaranteed, but it can happen. It can happen. It can happen. But that's just that. How, when, what's the percentage? That's not clear. That's the sucky part. That's why they say if you ever touch yourself, make sure you wash your hands, soap and water. Kill it right off. It be gone. Any other questions, y'all? Did things change when you contract type 1? No. Good question. No. I don't look at type 1 and tell them on a video. No, I didn't. I was irritated. I'm going to be honest. I was super irritated because at the end of the day, I did not have type 1 going into my marriage. I came out of my marriage with type 1 and type 2. So my whole thing is like, I end up contracting this from you after I end up leaving. So I was like, my question is, where did it come from? With all the information I have now, you had to have the virus and I never caught it. Or you went out there and got it and brought it back to me. But I would have never known I had it until I end up leaving. I end up going to get tested again because something was in my heart like, go get tested. And I didn't think my ex was cheating. And he didn't make me feel like that. And I was like, at that moment, really, I just didn't care at that moment. But he never made me feel like he was out there stepping out on me. And honestly, he had no time. It's kind of weird, but he worked a lot. But at the end of the day, I didn't feel that way at all. But when I left, in the pit of my stomach was like, go get tested. And when I got tested, they called me back in. They was like, oh, Miss Spivey, you need to come back in the office. So I'm looking like, okay, I got bacterial vaginosis, a yeast infection. You know, that's normal. You know what I mean? And they're like, no, you have type 1. I was like, type 1? What the hell? And I was like, clearly I know where I got it from because I didn't have it coming into the door. Y'all knew I only had type 2. So, but I didn't look at enough there. I was just more irritated. Like, really? You had it? But he never had any outbreaks, which is the interesting part. I'm sorry, y'all. He never had any outbreaks. So, he had it, didn't know it, or he went to go get it. And I ain't really care after that, but I just know herpes type 1 and type 2 is herpes. I do not have any cold sores on my mouth. So, but if I did, I'll just treat it as such. Just don't kiss anybody and treat it. Do what I have to do. I was more irritated with the situation more than I was with the virus. I'm going to be so transparent. How can you work to move past having the virus if you got it in a traumatic way? Counseling. I'm going to say that. You got to deal with the traumatic part. You got to deal with that. You need counseling. It's going to be really hard to get past the virus, but you're not dealing with the traumatic piece. You got to deal with the traumatic piece. Counseling is vital. Counseling. I'm going to say that. Counseling. Because you're going to have to deal with the traumatic part of that. Because traumatic events can cause so many mental disorders for many people. So I would say you work on that part of dealing with the traumatic part and then slowly get into how to deal with the virus. But they go hand in hand because it's feel like number one, something bad happened to me and then I have to be reminded of the bad thing. So literally counseling. That's what I'm going to say. That's going to be my answer for that. Counseling. Because you have to get some true help for that. There's a lot to uproot and it takes time and it takes coping skills. Are there other websites besides Positive Single for the issue? That's the main one, truthfully. Positive Single is the main site, and then it's stuff that you can find on Facebook, but you got to know people to get into those groups. It's so many underground groups popping up and going under. You got to be in the world of herpes to kind of find these groups, literally. They come and go. I knew of one group, but I don't even know if that group is still up and running anymore because nobody been talking about it. But groups come and go. That's one of the craziest parts. Like one group was called the Honeycombs, and I don't know where the Honeycombs going. That was a really good group. It had like over 60,000 people in it. I don't know where the group at. It's just, I don't know. There's many groups out here, but you have to be placed in those groups through somebody else who have the virus because many. It's cute. Come here. You smell good. Turn around. It look like a one piece. You just raised it high. Yeah, I'm like, it's cold outside. You better raise it. Yeah. But you have to get into the herpes community to learn about the other dating groups. Like I said, I knew about a couple, but stuff changed so much. Me and the ladies in the group were just talking about that, and everybody was like, I don't know, because things change so much within the herpes community. It'd be there one day and be gone the next. It's crazy. But positive single is the most common. That's the one that anybody can find and get on that way. But the ones on Facebook, you have to be invited to, and you got to learn about. You got to hunt them down. But positive single is like a more open place that you can find, and anybody can jump on just going through Google. Tell someone that you have herpes when you are between partners. You asking how to tell someone you have herpes when you're in between partners? Ask that. I just want to clarify. What age did you get herpes? I got herpes at 19. I was 19 years old. All right. Tell someone that you have herpes when you are in between. Were you in a relationship with that person, or you was just with both of them? I need more information before I kind of give you a... Okay, well, my whole thing is you don't have to tell the other one about the other one if you... I'm sure you ain't trying to do that. So you'll tell them both the same thing. Literally. Figure out how... I don't know how you find out you have herpes. So if that was simply you was having an outbreak and you went to go get tested, or you just went to go get tested, you need to tell them both the same story. That's it. And let both of them go get tested. That's the only way I can say that without, if you don't want no drama. And you sure not trying to tell the other one about the other one. So, yeah, that's your best bet. It's just telling however you figured it out or what made you want to go to the doctor in the first place. Wow, I feel I would never met anyone, and I'm on positive singles, not getting the right person, and I'm beautiful inside and out. You're gonna find the right person, sweetie. Dating is not easy. I'm gonna say that, period. I don't care if you have STD or not. Like, look at your homegirl. She ain't got no man either. Not trying to be mean, but you got that homegirl who do not have a man either, and she don't have an STD. Dating is not easy. People don't date the same anymore. People have these stupid expectations from people. People want to cheat and think they can do whatever they want to do and treat people any type of way. It's so much to it. And since you're a beautiful person inside or out, you got to take your time. And my whole thing is, we get very irritated with dating, but it's a process. You're looking for somebody that you can mesh with, somebody that respects your history, and even assist you in healing even more, even though you're healing, but keep you on course of coping, help you through difficult things that's going on. If you have children, make an impact in your children's life, help you move forward in whatever your calling is or your purpose in your life, or whatever job you're doing, you're trying to move forward, or goals. Like, that's not something that just happened like that. And I think sometimes we believe it's just a voila thing. It's not. It takes time to find that. It really do. And yes, having herpes kind of add a little twist to it, but it also assists you to weed people through. Like, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, some people are just really on this sex tip. Many, not all. I'm going to say many. I'm going to say this, many, not all, okay? That is on this, I'm trying to get it, I ain't trying to be serious, or I'm serious with you, but just trying to have a side chick. It's some people who just got these messed up mindsets of what commitment is, or don't want to be committed, or they just not right, or they not ready. But I feel like, since you are a beautiful person, and I'm single too, but you just got to take your time and make connections, but you got to get out there long enough. You can't get discouraged off one or two people. As women, men, we get this. Well, I'll speak on women. We get discouraged. We can talk to 2-3 men or 2 men and it don't work, and we get mad. And I understand you emotionally got in tied with them. You know, you're frustrated because it didn't go as you thought. You thought this was the one for you. But at the end of the day, things happen. Friendship, we lose friendships, that hurt too, but you move on and get another friend. So if you move on to get another friend, you need to move on and find another one who is a little bit more of a better fit. So I really want you to shake off it, because I know you're a little frustrated, you're irritated, but get on back out there and keep getting out there and keep getting out there. We can't quit. You don't quit to go look for a job. Finding a job is irritating. Putting in all these applications, getting all these no's, getting all these emails, but that don't stop you from keep going to get a job. So if it won't keep you from going to get a job, and you know you need money to pay bills, but also you have a desire to be loved, then the same energy that you put there, put that same energy over there and keep on 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 until you find what you're looking for. And best believe it's other people out here. I meet some great guys all the time. They ain't good for me. I'm like, there's something wrong with you. I can't get down with that. And I ain't talking about wrong like, oh, bad, but it's just some things that I just won't deal with. Or I just like, I don't, that ain't for me. But at the end of the day, I met some good guys out here, and they were like, where are the good girls? I was like, God, I wish I can connect you to her and her to you and you to her, because y'all would be great. Because I meet good people all the time. And I know so many people who are single, and they're good people. Are they perfect? No. But at the end of the day, they're good people. But I feel like we got to keep going, keep going, keep going. And you got to be open. You can't just be walking around like, and you're like, why are you not smiling? You look at him like, boy, get out my face. You don't know he could have been your next man. You can't be snooty. You got to put a smile on your face like, hey. You got to let them know you're a little interested. You see something you like, you swoop your hair. You see what you like, bat your eye. He got to know that you're interested. He got to know that you're interested. I'm not telling you to go chase after a dude, but I am telling you to let him know that you're interested. And I mean, you can do that. If you show interest, then let him know that you show interest back. 60,000. That's a lot of people. Right. That is a lot of people. It was 60,000 people in that group. 60,000. But Honeycomb been around for a long time. I don't know how exactly, but Honeycomb had been around for at least the 3 years that I know that I have been out, talking about herpes. So the group have grown. It was a good group. I enjoyed that group. It was a really good group. You said, okay, I got it. He said, why they're saying is a cure for herpes? I don't know. Don't even ask me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I can't answer it. I'm not going to attempt. There is a way to cure it, but it's not easy. It takes months to get rid of it out your body. A raw dye, oregano, or black seed oil. Hey, man, dating and people can be crazy. Man, dating is very hard, y'all. Girl, a lot of people want to just get it. True. This is so true about dating. For me, I picked the wrong guys because I don't respect myself, and I haven't for a while. Well, work on respecting yourself, sweetie. You deserve that. You don't deserve to keep bringing bad guys into your life. You don't deserve it. And since you're aware of what's going on with you, take the time to do the work. Take the time to do the work so you won't continue to bring those same people into your life. That's it. And if anybody else is feeling that same way, if you kind of know why you keep bringing certain people into your life, then do the work you need to do to change that so you can stop bringing those people. Or if those people try to come into your life, that you had a boundary and say, no, I don't accept that. I'm not okay with that. And if that person want to be with you, they will stop. They be like, you know what? That's a boundary. She don't deal with that. I'm good. I ain't going to do that. Or they don't go nobody's business. The worst guy can be the best guy for some woman. Or the worst woman can be the best woman for a man. It just depends on the boundaries that's being set by that person. Boundaries, y'all. We got to put our foots down. We put our foots. Put your foot down, y'all. You got to let people know how you want to be treated. And we all want to be treated good, but you got to teach that. She said, bat your eyes and flip your head. Girl, look. Come on. You look. Look, I talked to dudes, and literally I had this one guy, because I used to drive Lyft a lot. And I had these two guys get in my car or whatever. I was around Valentine's Day, and they both were trying to talk to me, but I was like, whatever. But we were talking, and the dude was like, man, you know, women don't seem like they interested in me and all this stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, you know. And he was like, man, I don't understand, man. You know, I'm a nice dude. I'm a good dude. Like, what's the big issue? I know I ain't no ugly dude. And he was okay. Okay, he wasn't fine to me. I ain't trying to be mean, but he wasn't something I'm like, ooh, not to me. But he wasn't like, he was a decent guy. But he was just like, I'm sick of rejection. This is hard. I just want to be with somebody. I just want to be happy. And he was like, you seem like a nice girl. Can I follow you? Can I get your number? I was like, no. He was like, can I follow you on Instagram? I said, no. He was like, why? I said, I'm not interested. Like, and then I had other guys who get in my car, like long time ago when I first started doing Uber, and this dude got in my car, and I talked to him. Literally, we talked for about was it almost a year? I think we talked for a year. Almost, yeah. We talked for a year. Literally a whole year. Or close to it. Yes, babe. You know. But I showed interest. He was talking. I was like, hey, how you doing? I was being flirtatious and stuff. You want some cereal? You seeing cereal in there?
Yes.
Okay, you can get it. Don't make a mess.
Okay. Yes.
You better bat your eyes, flap your eye. Girl, you got to show some interest. Dudes be struggling to figure out if you like them or not. You got to let them know that you like them. He don't know if you like him or not. He just want to just give him a warning. Just give him like a flicker sign. Like give him a flashing green light. Like, you can come. I'm like, hey. Smile a little bit. You said, thanks. This is so true, but I didn't respect myself even before I got herpes. I have been hurt by guys a lot, so I felt like I'm not worthy anymore. Why are you gonna... Okay, I'm gonna say something to you. You didn't feel like that prior. Then guys... Hey, close that door. Then guys treated you bad. So now, since they treated you bad, now you're not worthy. Well, honestly, you felt like that prior. They only treated you the way that you allowed them to treat you. And you only let them treat you that way because you didn't feel that way. So honestly, it's not the guys. It's just you. You got to learn why you don't feel like you're worthy and why you don't love yourself. You need to ask yourself that. And that means you may need to root up anything that may happen in your past, or anything that somebody said to you that was mean and nasty and make you feel like, you know, that nobody cares about you. But the guys are only doing what you let them do. And man, guys too. Like, we can't do nothing to you that if we don't allow it. You can't allow somebody to just treat you any type of way. You put your foot down. Now, I'm not saying that people are not going to hurt you. You're going to be in relationships. You're going to get hurt. Not because they're trying to be, you know, purposely hurt you. But it's just human. We do stuff. But if they're purposely hurting you, you got to ask yourself, why I keep allowing them to hurt me? And once you said, it's because you didn't know your own worth. You need to learn your worth, sweetie. I believe you're probably a beautiful woman. You have a lot to offer. But why you don't believe that? You got to figure out why you don't believe that. And start telling yourself something different. And tell yourself that long enough until you believe it. And live it. And feel it. Is it easy? I didn't feel like I was worthy. You silly girl. Yeah, I said, nah, I'm good. I ain't feel bad about it because he was like, I don't want to be rejected. I was like, I'm sorry, boo. I said, I think you'll be a good dude, but not for me. He like, so you ain't trying to talk to me? No. I'm not interested. This junk is getting on my nerves, y'all. And it keep like falling. But I ain't never getting lemonades no more. It's just like too much to the side. I'm not used to having that in my face. Belize and chat. Hello. Hello. A lot of us go through that, though. You got to change how you feel about yourself, because I felt like that for a long time. I was like, oh, nobody likes me. You know, I wasn't in relationships like that growing up. I wasn't in relationships. I really have only been in 1, 2, 3 serious relationships my whole life, and I'm 29. I have had sex partners, but I didn't have serious relationships because I didn't think I was worthy of ones. I didn't think I was good enough for ones, you know. I didn't think I was pretty enough. I didn't think any of that stuff. And then I got to this point where after I found I had herpes, I was like, you know what? I'm about to find some worth, man. And I still struggle with it then, you know, as I, within that, in those first 7 years, I struggled. Even with the dudes that I picked, they weren't the best men. I'm not going to lie. They still wasn't the best men. They wasn't disrespectful to me. You know, they wasn't hitting me or anything like that. They were trying to provide. They just needed to grow up in many ways in their own. But at the end of the day, I just like, I deserve better than that. Even better than that. Even though they were hardworking men and stuff like that, I still deserve way better than them. But it's because I didn't think I was worthy of having somebody who, you know, did this or did that, or, you know, treated me like this or treated like that. But I said, not today. And it took me some time after being married and seeing all of that. I said, I deserve so much better. He may believe he deserves. I know I wasn't the best wife because at the end of the day, I didn't feel like I was worthy. I didn't love myself enough and things like that. You know, and I wish him the best. I wish my other son, father, the best. And I believe they're with great women now. I love them dearly. Like, I love y'all. Especially my oldest son, dad's wife. I love her. That's my boo. That's my baby daddy right there. That's what I call her. She's my baby mama. And I talk to her all the time. Me and her be on the phone cackling. We'll be on the phone for hours. I love her dearly. She love me. I love her. You know, and she's a really, really good woman. And I'm so happy that he's with a good woman. So, I'm so happy for that. But I didn't know my full worth, so. And it took me time. It took me looking at myself and say, Belize, why you keep thinking that? Why you keep feeling that? Like, what happened to make you feel like that? And stuff was said to me as I was growing up. I got bullied. I got picked on. I became a really mean girl as I grew up. I was the girl who would cuss you out. I'm so much better, y'all. That's why I be apologizing if it seems like I'm going off on a little tangent. I'm like, let me pull it back in. That ain't me no more. But I was a cussing fool, y'all. Like, I will cuss you out. I will make you feel so low. But I feel like I'm only doing that because I feel low. I'm acting like a fool because that's how I feel about myself. And I feel like that's the only way I can defend myself because I didn't feel like I was worthy. But now, I'm in a good place. I decided I'm going to love me. I'm going to accept everything that comes with me. I don't care what it looked like. But I know I have the ability to change it. If I don't like something, I can change it. Everything about you can change. Not physical, you can change that too. Sadly, say in the world we live in, you get some Botox. You can get your booty done. You get your boobs done. You can get your stomach sucked out. You can get all that. You get all of that done. All of that done. You know? But I still want you to learn how to love everything about you. Your bad situations, even all of that is like some of us have been through some traumatic crap in our lives and we wonder why. It ain't no why. Nobody knows why we went through half of what we went through in life. But at the end of the day, you can still move on and you can still have a good life. Do it take time to heal from that? Yeah. Do you completely heal right off? No. Do it create, trust issues? Yeah. For some people, yes. But you have to get to a place and say, I can't let this stuff control me. I didn't do anything to deserve this stuff. Or you got to ask yourself, what did I do to put myself in some situations I was in? And I'm not talking about anything like rape or, molestation or domestic. That ain't right, okay? Nobody should put their hands on you or take nothing from you. But pertaining to just being with somebody who just, cussing you out or cheating on you, you need to say, I seen some warning signs. And when he did it the first time or she did it the first time, I should have left. And if you didn't, if you seen them do it the second time, for sure you should have left. And why do I even think they think it's okay to do that stuff to me? What do they think? Why do they think that? And you don't need to ask them. You ask yourself, what have I made them think that they can do this to me? Get asked. And sometimes it's because we don't We don't know our worth when we're not putting up boundaries. You got to put boundaries in relationships, y'all. Boundaries. Healthy boundaries. Healthy. Everybody got boundaries. Question is, are you setting them, though? This is powerful. Love your growth and strength. Thank you, sweetie. It was not easy. Those crochets you have was real cute. Try them again. Girl, yes, I'm going to get them again. I only have this because I'm going to Jamaica on Sunday. And then I'm going to Myrtle Beach the week after. And thank y'all so much for being supportive to her. Because, many times we think we by ourselves and feeling worthless or anything like that. You're not by yourself. It's so many of us who deal with that. So many of us. But I want to tell you, you're strong. You don't even know it. Like, you don't realize how much power you have within. And it all starts with you shifting your mindset. And it's not, when you're so used to doing it, it's a habit of putting yourself down. And situation after situation making you feel like it's proving you right of what you think. It's hard to come out of that sometimes. But you still have the power to control your life. You have the power to change your narrative. You have the power to change your reality. Some people have been in the worst situations, and now you look at their lives and you're like, oh my God, they have a really good life. And they're going to tell you it wasn't easy. And they still struggling with stuff to this day, but they were able to push through it. And it requires a lot of growth, a lot of love, a lot of support. Therapy, therapy is good. There's nothing wrong with therapy, guys. Please use therapy. Today I went and I ended up getting a certificate for mental health first aid. And man, that class was good. It was talking about depression and anxiety and substance abuse and some things like that. And I tell y'all, a lot of us deal with this stuff and we don't realize it. We don't realize it. So I feel like if anybody on here and you have been clinically diagnosed with depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, any of that, please get the help that you need. Or if you believe you have any of those conditions, or if you're in a place where you're so low and you cannot function, if you're at a place in your life where your emotions got you to a place that you can't function, if you're not functioning at 100%, I'm not going to even lie that everybody's not 100%. If you're not above 90%, in the 90th percentile, if your emotions got you to a point where you're not functioning, if you're not working, you're not eating, you're not sleeping, you're not doing things that you care about, you got to a place where you isolated yourself, you stopped taking care of your outer appearance, all of this stuff, you need to get some help. You need to get some help. You need to go to your, general doctor and let them see what's going on with you. Because at the end of the day, you could be having something really going on, or you could have an issue and you don't know it. And it's normal. I want y'all to understand. We all go through periods where you feel real low. Because of something that happened, you lost a job, somebody passed away, or, we all have those moments. But if it's for a long period of time, I don't want y'all to think I'm talking about, oh, it's a situation. No, I'm talking about a long period of time. If you've been feeling low for a long period of time, and it's not letting up, and it feel like you're going deeper into a rabbit hole, get some help. I'm so serious, y'all. Get some help. And I'm going to make sure to put the information below for some help that you can use. But please get some help. There's nothing wrong with therapy, y'all. Please. It's nothing wrong with therapy. Nothing. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I am a life coach. You give me a goal and I give you steps to accomplish that goal. That's all I do. I encourage y'all. I give y'all inspiration, but I am not a therapist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm none of that. I'm just a coach. And many of us need therapy. Yes, it is. It's very helpful. Like, I want y'all to understand how much therapy can be a blessing to you. And I know it's a stigma attached to it. And I know it's hard to think that you're this, you're that. No, you're not. You're just in a place where you're not functioning at 100% or in a 90 percentile. If you're not functioning, if your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts are causing you for you to not be able to live a regular life, and something that they said today, if you can't live, laugh, and love, if you cannot live, laugh, and love at this given moment, you need some help. If you can't live, laugh, and love, you need help. You need help. And I hope I encourage you to go get the help that you need. If finance is an issue, if you have a job, they offer you counseling with your job. They offer you a certain amount of counseling. All you have to do is go to human resources and ask them about the services they have for counseling, things like that, and they'll offer that to you. Some jobs got it real good where you have a counselor who will call you and y'all can talk a little bit more. So my whole thing is, if you have a job, it doesn't matter what type of job, they do offer services, counseling service to their employees. So make sure you look into that. If finance is an issue for you, make sure you reach out to nonprofits. There's many mental health nonprofits out here who can get you counseling. There's many resources out here. You got the crisis line. You have the suicide line. You got many things. It's so many resources out here, guys, that we don't know anything about. Some stuff that I learned today, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know they had that. Which, like I said, I will share below after this. So I just want y'all to understand, get the help. I really want y'all to get the help. I don't want anybody to be at a place where they can't function. Hey, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm amazing. How are you? Anybody have any more questions? I kind of know I went on a tangent, but I wanted to share that with y'all because at the end of the day, a lot of us need help. And everybody, I'm not going to lie, everybody in one place, you're going to probably need therapy. I don't want y'all to think like, I ain't going to never need therapy. Everybody need therapy one time out their lives. Everybody lose a loved one in their lives. Many of us lose jobs. Many of us, so much stuff happens. You may have a health scare like this and it may rock you. You can't think, you get to a point where you're suicidal. You get to a point where, you feel very depressed. Life is getting low. You need help. You need help. And they will help you. They will help you. And they're supportive and they listen to you and they try to do the best thing for you. They're not sitting here. Everybody ain't trying to just put you on medication. That's not the case. They really want to support you and help you. I'm good, just trying to be a part of your team. I support and show a lot of love. I stay loyal. Oh, thank you. You're sweet. Thank you. I can see your panty line. I can see your panty line.
I know it.
Not so pretty. Not so
You can. And it's...
You just gonna have to see it.
Oh, that
But
was pretty.
it's tight.
I got on a winter collar.
Oh, that's why. It looks tight.
But it's not tight. But
It's cutting.
I can't wear the other shit that's in there.
Okay,
I can't pull it up.
okay.
I can't pull it up on me. I can't get up on my leg. And I ain't finna. That's too much.
What lips you got on?
Too much.
What lips did you put on?
What lips is
That's like lip plumpers.
that? Lip. That's lip something.
Tell it to me.
That's lip.
Oh, you can see this case.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And I keep trying to tell you, you tell me, and it's tight. That's what I'm saying. It's cutting, and you can see the cut. Sorry, mama. I know I'm not. I'm gonna tell you. You'll tell me. My mom about to go out, y'all. She got a cute little outfit on, but You're welcome, my friend. True, so true. It could also be spiritual too. Yes, it can. Everybody's spiritual walk is different. Um, Everybody's spiritual walk is so different. Some people believe, some people don't believe, and it don't matter, whatever you choose to believe in. Um, and it's different. It's so different for each person. So I agree with you 100% there, sweetie. So different. Yeah. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for using yourself to help others. We need you. Thank you for giving me hope and dating. You're so beautiful. You're beautiful too, sweetie. You're going to be able to do this. I said pretty eyes. I meant autocorrect. Autocorrect can have you looking crazy off in these streets. Man, you got to read your text messages. Yeah, I caught you. Hey, boo. I didn't really do lives this week. So this, well, no, I did those lives like really late at night. They were really late and many people were asleep. So I don't want you to think like, oh, no. And they weren't playing. I typically have the planned ones on. I have the planned ones on Thursdays on Instagram, but I didn't do that one because I would get my hair done. So I jumped on here today at 8:30 and been on here. I don't know what time it is. It's 10:09. I've been on here for a long time. Question. Is it wrong to still love your ex after she gave you herpes? The relationship was good. We talked a lot in person. No. No. What's wrong with it? I don't want you to think there's anything wrong with it. If you love her, you love her. You have the right to forgive a person. I mean, we got to be honest. Most people don't know about herpes. And even if she knew about herpes and you want to forgive her, that's up to you. And don't feel like there's anything wrong with it. You all right. You've been out of town. Yep, it was just information. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Yes, you just came back off vacation too. You look cute. Your mama is a hot mama. Your mama is hot, 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 hot. You look cute too. And your baby so look at that girl in that body. Woo! Yeah, girl. You like you had a good time. You left your son? I didn't see him the whole time. Did he go? Did he go with you? Oh, he stayed. Who did he stay with? He stayed with your sister or something? I'm happy you went. I noticed that. I was like, okay, she went by herself this time. I see you living. I see you living. I'm proud of you, though. You needed it. You need it. Much needed. And you like you had a good old time out there, too. Who is your favorite role model that motivates you to start a YouTube? I'm not going to lie. Nobody motivated me to start a YouTube. Like, it's people I like on YouTube. But nobody motivated me to do YouTube. Like, it wasn't something like, oh man, I'm going to do YouTube because, it wasn't that. I did YouTube because I didn't see African-American women talking about herpes on YouTube. And I didn't see anybody truly giving the information clear and real. I'm not saying that don't exist now. It's so many people now. But it was a lot of information that was just so vague and old. And that was the problem. I wanted to see African-American women giving information. And I didn't see that. But one of the people that I love on YouTube is Eric Thomas. I love him. I've been watching him forever. You say, yep, it was a disaster with her, but we'll talk about that. Girl, we'll talk about it. You said little man is repeating. I'm 14. I started to get blisters and scared. Or I get tested today. Get results next week. I'm kind of scared. You have the right to be scared, sweetie. I never seen those two people before. What do they talk about? I don't even know what they talk about. I like Les Brown too. I love Les Brown. But sweetie, it's okay. Like, we're here for you. And whatever happens, you're gonna be fine. And I don't know where are you having those blisters at, sweetie? And did they give you any medication? I want some ice cream. You said your back and armpits. That's rare. That's very, very rare. Did they tell you that was herpes? What did they tell you they thought it was? Oh, that's interesting. She gave it to me. I seen her recently. Cops was involved because she was screaming at the top of her lungs saying that I gave it to her. Just missed the conversation, but I can't. Well, it's nothing wrong with missing a person, but based off her behavior, she not ready for it. You can miss a person all day, but just because you miss a person doesn't mean you need to be with a person. And for her to do that recently and acting like a plum fool, for what? For what? That's something that happened between y'all two. The whole world didn't need to know. No, Honeycomb is a support group. It was on Facebook, but you're not going to be able to find it because it's not available at this moment. And you won't be able to find it anyway because it's a private group. Let me be honest, you're not going to be able to find a lot of herpes groups. Most of the admins do it, but they're not out like that. And I thank them for, making these groups, but it's a lot of people who work within the herpes community who are not out on themselves. It's only a couple of us who really kind of out ourselves this way, on platforms, but it's many people who work in the background and create support groups and do all these things like that, which is great because we can't just have one big support group. That's a lot. And in so many different states and countries and stuff like that. So I'm happy we have so many other people who kind of like, you know what, I want to do it. I ain't trying to tell them all my business. I don't want to deal with that piece, but I do want to support the community. And they do it. There's so many people who do it. So many, it's unreal. I don't know everybody in the herpes community. There's so many people. Everybody in the herpes community don't know me. It's crazy. And that's okay with me too. We're just here to serve. And so they thought it was HPV or HSV1 or 2 IDK, the oral one. It's just scary because when I grew up, I don't know if I'll be able to have kids. Baby, you can have kids. That don't keep you from having children, sweetie. It don't keep you from having children at all. And you're fairly young, so that's very interesting. If you say it's on your back and armpits, that's weird. That's interesting. Very interesting. Because you don't have it on your genital area. Do you wrestle? Do you play a sport, a contact sport of any sort? That's what I'm thinking too. He says boils. Because I was like, I never heard of herpes ever being under your arm. Ever. ever, and that's why I just asked you, do you do a contact sport? Because if anybody do wrestling, for example, you do wrestling and you're like on top of each other, then as we know, it is skin to skin contact. It's possible that way. But under your arms, I don't believe that's herpes. I don't think that's what that is. But things are interesting. But I'm looking like, okay, you're 14. Are you sexually active? It's another thing. I said that can do many different reasons. Shaving, deodorant. Is it that you have to just touch her, or it's like body fluids and stuff? Think about it, skin to skin contact. If you come in contact with an outbreak, right? She said it may just be an allergy. Yeah, it could be that too. My cousin always suffering from the underarm boils, and she had the same day surgery and remove whatever that was giving her those boils. True. That's very true. You're fairly young. If you're not sexually active, and it's just the place where they are, that's odd. That's very, very, very odd. I don't believe it's herpes, but like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to say that. But I'll have to hear a whole story of everything, because you're only telling me what you want to tell me. And you're saying the doctors think it's type 1 or type 2, but under your arms, though? Now, that's fairly interesting. It can be on your back, because some people have outbreaks on their backs or on their buttocks. Question, my friend keeps blisters on her lips. Yes, I know she has type 1, but she gets tested all the negative for herpes and other STDs. The tests are not valid. And it depends on what test you're getting, though. What test is she getting? That's a whole nother question. Yeah, all depends on what test she's getting. It's question, is she asking for herpes? That's why they don't really like testing us for herpes, because it can fluctuate for some and others that don't. And when you get a blood test, it's not testing you for the herpes is not in the blood, it's in the nervous system. So the blood just lets you know it's antibodies present. So they basically let you know if you have it if the antibodies are high enough. So the antibodies got to be over 1.09 to say you're positive. That is based off antibodies. That's letting you know that your body is trying to fight it off. I remember you was telling me. I said, so Belize, my guy went to get tested today. He asked the doctor he wanted to get tested for everything. I told him he had to ask them to include herpes so they won't test him for it. He thought it would be weird to tell a doctor what to do since they know. But then he noticed doctors didn't include herpes, and he went and told the doctor to include it. Doctors asked him why he wanted to be tested for herpes. Yep, that's what they do. That's not all of them, but that's what some of them do. That's what some of them do. You got some doctors who do it, some doctors who don't. I had the same situation when I got tested first time for herpes. They said, for what? When a dude came back and he told me that he had herpes, I went to go get tested and it said no. She said, my nurse said, what you want to get herpes for? I said, because a dude said he had it. She said, okay. I said, no, you need to test me. Sorry, she doesn't have herpes, but she keep getting the blisters. It could be so many reasons why she get blisters, sweetie. Everything, just because you see blisters doesn't mean she has herpes. There's so many other conditions out here that can cause blisters on the lip. Or if she have if she suck on her lips or a trauma, it's so much. So I don't want you to think just because you see her with blisters doesn't mean she has herpes. It could be something else that she has going on. He said, he was like, wow, I didn't know that. So then he said to me, it doesn't matter, herpes just a mental. It's just mental BS. That's his point of view. If you go to the doctor, ask for an expert, because some of these freshman doctors are not educated. I mean, true. It's many people who are educated and they still just have this nonchalant attitude towards herpes, because truthfully they look at it like herpes is not killing nobody. It's not causing any major issues to the body or proven causing issues to the body, which, things like that. So it's like, we're not going to worry about it. Because I feel like y'all literally, I feel like it do cause issues. It opens people up to mental disorders, and mental disorders are very, very popular in the United States. And I feel like when we start looking at it from that standpoint, and also if we can connect it to other things that can cause mental disorders or dysfunction for people, then I know we can get some more attention to it. But looking at it just physically, they don't see it. They don't see it. But I feel like we have to show them through research, and also fuss about what it's doing to people mentally. No problem, sweetie. Certain deals would give you lumps and bumps under your arms. I think she would just wait for the test to see, because I don't think it's herpes. I don't think it's herpes either. Well, like I said, I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to say that, because the doctor stated that that's what they believe it is. I'm not a doctor. Just wait on the test results. Wait on the test results to find out. But that's odd. That's very odd. That's not common. That's not common at all. Yeah, as a patient, you got to advocate for yourself. You have to. And so I have bumps under my arms. Before, do it burn when you touch your underarms? What was it? What did you find out was the bumps? What was it? I know most people get that. They end up getting boils or ingrown hairs as well, and it can cause infection. They call it, infection of hair follicle. It can be a sign of bacteria from another individual. It could be so many things, y'all. The body it's so much stuff. It's so many bacteria out here, so many viruses out here. It's unreal. It's so much stuff out here that we ain't never heard of and probably will never hear of in our life until you get it. So much. So I don't like to connect everything to herpes. Based off symptoms, I can kind of give you an idea like, oh, that could be herpes. And then sometimes you go in and they say it's not herpes. It could be something else. But, my head hurt, y'all. But, you just have to get tested. Being tested is most important. It's the most important thing is getting tested. Junior, why are you whining? Junior.
Yes?
Hayden, what are you doing to him?
I'm not doing anything.
Junior, what's your issue?
He hit me in my leg.
What did you do to him? What did you do to him?
I didn't mean to. I was just moving my leg because my leg was hurting and I accidentally hit him.
Did you apologize?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, why did you lie to me?
Sorry.
Okay, but you just lied to me, so I need an apology.
Sorry.
No point of lying. So you did do something to Junior. And you
I didn't mean to.
Okay, if you didn't mean it, just apologize. But for you to lie made it seem like you're lying the whole time and that you did mean to do it. See, lies make you look like you're a liar. Just that simple. And that you did it on purpose. Okay, go lay down. They be snitching on each other, y'all.
And last part,
You said why? They a mess.
he called me bald-headed. Angela called me bald-headed.
Junior, you ain't bald-headed, Hayden. And Junior, stop calling names. Where you get that crap from? You need to apologize. That's not okay. Yeah, you can pass viruses through lipstick and deodorant. Yeah, it's possible. All of that's possible. Bacteria live on anything. Bacteria can live on anything. Viruses need a host. But bacteria, it don't matter what it is. Like right now, I'm sure this table is full of bacteria. Doorknobs, car seats, money, all of that. That's why I was like, ooh, you touch money and put your hands in my that nasty. Nasty. Like, all the time. Bathroom. I mean, bacteria is everywhere. You said change your razor. See? You said leave the golden child alone. Girl, please. They be doing stuff to each other. They get to snitching on each other after a while. Especially Junior. He'll be snitching. And he be one doing stuff to folks. And he be snitching. Our children are a trip. All right, guys. Where we go?
Oh, shit.
What? You leave. Yeah, you're gonna be stinking. Anybody got any more questions? About to go in here and get the rest of my life together. Spend some more time with the kids before I leave. I leave on Sunday, y'all. I will not be back until Wednesday, but I will have videos still coming through. So y'all won't miss me. And don't say anything, because y'all gonna see me with this shirt on. And all those videos come this week. So don't trip. Y'all see me. So I did the video. Well, I did one video today. Just know you're gonna see that video on Monday. Because it's possible if you do YouTube, you can schedule videos.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to leave that alone.
What? A piece of string?
Yeah, I'm gonna, leave it.
Cut.
I'm going to leave it. Leave it alone. So I don't even know what it's attached
You ain't
to.
tying no bow on it.
No, I'm just... What you looking for?
My damn.
Where your jacket?
In the car.
It's cold outside. Yes, go to bed. How did you get monetized and a lot of stuff to grow your channel? Well, you have to. YouTube is different now. When I joined, all you needed was 1,000 people to start making money off YouTube. And then all I did was post videos. Literally, when I first started, I posted videos like every day. And then YouTube started marketing my videos for me, put them in like recommended and all that stuff like that. And videos I just kind of grew from there. That's it.
I had it in my damn pocket.
Can it be spread through saliva? If you're having a physical outbreak, let's say if somebody has an outbreak in their mouth, it's possible to pass it that way because at the end of the day, the outbreak's in your mouth. And the saliva will be used as a host. Yeah, you have to post. You have, if you want to build a following on any platform, especially YouTube, you have to be consistent. And in the beginning, I posted videos every day, dang near every day or every other day. And as y'all can see now, I'm getting back to a point of posting videos every day or every other day. But I can schedule videos, so it makes it easier. So I do. If y'all see a video and I have on like the same shirt, it's because I did multiple videos in that day. And then I just spread them out. And that just, it makes it easy on me. I ain't about to change my clothes. I'm like, whatever. Dang. I'm just do these videos. You just post them. So you can pre-record your videos and then post them. Schedule them. So it looks like you doing a lot of videos, but you just record them all. And they automatically post it for you. So if anybody want to do YouTube, YouTube's not bad. I love it. I love what I do. I get to talk to you guys, get to meet different people from across the globe. I may never get to meet some of you guys, but hey, I made an impact and y'all made an impact in my life. So I like that. And then some people I get to meet. There's many people I won't get to meet this year because I'm coming to their city. Yep, if you don't have an outbreak, you're good. You're right, sweetie. If you don't have an outbreak, you're fine. You found it? Oh, you look for your card?
Look like these.
They are made funny.
I need some padding at the bottom.
Oh, your feet gonna be hurting.
I just said I ain't know about these, so apparently I know that. Good, I can tell you something.
I was agreeing with you, truthfully. You say you gain the watch hour. I guess if you say that. I'm not going to lie. I look at my stuff, but I don't look at my stuff. Like, all I do is focus on giving y'all information. I don't get so caught up in the numbers. Like, I'll look at it time to time to kind of see what video is kind of like the videos that you guys like and like things like that. But I kind of like, I don't think about it like that. I don't. I looked at it over the last couple of years and I was like, oh man, okay. You know, when I first started YouTube was different. And my first time coming to the YouTube, I made a really big check. It was unreal how much money I made. My first YouTube check, I was shocked. And then my checks dropped from that point because they changed the algorithms on YouTube and the ads and stuff. But once again, I don't do YouTube for the money. It comes in, but it ain't nothing crazy. Like, oh my God, I'm living a great life off you. Nah. No. I'm glad I caught you live. I'm happy too, sweetie. One day you put your mom on here and ask her how you feel about herpes and do a video. I did that on Instagram. It was so funny. That was a really good Instagram. I made $1,500 on my first video. Yep, I made $1,500 on my first YouTube video. Well, my first check from YouTube, I made 15. Yeah, the part that most confusing is how I may have got it. I don't know if I actually have it yet because I have never been active with a partner or kissed anyone. That's interesting. That's what I'm thinking, like, you having sex? I ain't trying to be mean, sweetie, but are you having sex? This seems to be like a ministry for you. It is. I love what I do. I get to talk to people and help people. That's why I say I get caught up in just doing what I like to do and what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, which is educating you guys and just being a outlet. Somebody who kind of get where you coming from But I like what I do. I really do. I get to talk to people on the phone. I like doing that. It is a business for me, so I don't want y'all to look at it like it's not that. This is a business. I have like LLCs and everything. Like I really do. Because I am a certified coach. I'm an author, all that stuff. So, yeah. But I just truly enjoy talking to y'all. It's good. You leaving finally?
Yes. I'm gonna choose to be.
Because your feet are not swollen. All right, bye-bye. But thank you so much. It's nice to know other people and how they deal with it. True. You never have. That is odd. I don't know, sweetie. You're going to have to get that test and find out. I think that if a person has herpes or not, they could watch this and get something positive from it. I agree. I agree. There's many people who are on my channel. Yeah, there's many people on my channel who do not have herpes. But I'm just happy it's like a hub that kind of give people information and kind of give people clarity. Because, I mean, you don't always have the ability to go to your doctor and ask your doctor 101 questions, but you can come on here and ask me 101 questions and, I want to answer them the best way I can based off the information that I know or researched. You say you think it's an allergy response. It could be. Well, come back on here and tell us what happened next week. We'll be back here next Friday. I want you to come back on and tell us what happened so we can help you and support you through it. You have your test results back by then, hopefully. But all right, y'all. Okay, sleepy. Hey, sweetie. Hey, Will. You just coming on? We've been here for 2 hours. Where you been? Where you been? We've been here for 2 whole hours. Now you want to pop up in here. Where you been at? How your week been? Like, I'm so not matching y'all. 13 hours? Jeez Louises. You need to take a bath and go to bed. You need to go sleep. Oh my God, what do you do for a living? 13 hours is unreal. Yeah, either way, don't pick them. Yeah, I agree, don't pick them. I comment, but I don't see my comment. Put it on there again. Look, you're right. I didn't see your comment either because I never seen your name come through. I'm pretty good at trying to catch y'all. So now put it up there again. It could have glitched. So put it back. You work 12 hours. Bye. Get up off here. Hey, bye. 12 hours is a lot. You was diagnosed with herpes yesterday. Well, we're here. We're here. That tends to happen. How you feeling is very much valid. I don't want you to think it's not because you feel like your life is over. But I tell you, it's not. It's just time for you to be educated. So the best thing you can do is watch all these videos that I have on here and also look at other herpes activists because many of us on YouTube now. And just research and let me help you as much as I can. Just know I know the feelings. It's what you feel is very much valid, sweetie. Very much valid. Well, you know what to do. /I have it all caps. We can talk. You have to hit me up next week. I'm going out of town. You're not defeated, sweetie. I know. That's common. I felt like that too. I'm like, oh, my life is over, but it's not. It's like what you're feeling. You're in shock mode. That's what I feel. That's what happens in the beginning. You're in shock mode. You're in shock mode. Shock mode. Allow yourself to feel, think what you think, feel what you feel. But just know you have all of us on here who going through it too. My phone down here. Well, you don't have to sleep around. It only takes one person. That's what most people think. You're going based off the stigma. The stigma tells you have to have sex with a lot of people. That ain't true. And now you hear and you understand that's not true. It don't take that. If you had sex one time, that's all it takes. If you ain't never had sex, well, oral sex and penetration is sex. So I want y'all to understand that. So if you had no penetration, just had oral, that's all it takes. Just kissing somebody, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. It don't take all the people, having sex with a lot of people. That's normal. It's true. It's overpowering you in the beginning. That shock mode takes a toll in the beginning. But it's most important to get as much information that you can get to kind of know what the virus is. But then after that, getting around people to support you. You need support. Are you a man or a female? Head up, Belize is changing the stigma. That's my goal. Me and all the other activists, our goal is to get rid of this stigma. And so I definitely hit you up next week. I hope you have a good trip. I do have questions though. They ordered me cyclophyr, but I haven't taken it. But it's actually gone away now, my outbreak. So, well, you just have that cyclophyr. I mean, you can keep it. You don't need it. If your outbreak's going away, leave it alone. No need to take it now. A cyclophyr, if you're going to take the antivirals, you need to take it as soon as you feel your first symptom of an outbreak. Don't wait until you into an outbreak. That medicine got a delay. They always tell you take it soon as so it can assist you to speed it up. But if you take that medicine now, it's not going to do nothing. That outbreak going away now, sweetie. Now, if you want to go get the medicine just to keep it, it's not a bad thing just to have it on hand. I don't knock nobody. If they give you a prescription and you don't really have to pay much for it and it's cheap, keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your drawer and you'll have it if you need it. Nothing wrong with that. You say, I don't take one. I know it sucks. It do. It really do. This is so it basically living life, but more carefully. Basically, that's it, sweetie. And ain't really nothing worse to worry about. It's most importantly learning how to manage it. But I wouldn't suggest you thinking all this at this moment. You need to get your test results back first. Don't think you have herpes, not even knowing it. Get your test results. And I know that's kind of hard to think, but whatever happens, I'm here. You found my channel, so you can live a regular life. You see all these people in here talking, and they having moments too, but everybody's pushing. Okay, this is my first outbreak and just diagnosed, so I wasn't sure. I haven't seen where you can take it daily. You have to ask for that, and it's up to your doctor if they want to put you on daily. But since your outbreak going away, I would say don't worry about taking it at this moment. I will tell you to go get it again, though. Go get your prescription. Just keep it on you. Since it is, I'm sorry, I did forget this. You just got diagnosed. So I thought it was to do with my cycle, so I couldn't be with the new virus. Well, it only takes, if you're infected, it only takes 2 to 14 days to have a outbreak after that. I don't know if you had an outbreak. So it takes 2 to 14 days after that to have an outbreak. But if you just got the virus and never had an outbreak? I don't see this other question, sweetie. That's good. So I thought it was to do with my cycle, so it can't be with the new guy. That's the thing. My whole thing is you can get herpes and never have an outbreak. You can get herpes in like 2 to 14 days, or in 2 days end up getting a whole outbreak. It varies. It very much varies. You really won't really fully know. Only, like you said, you've not had sex with a lot of people. It's only from them. That's pretty much it. Got to come from one of them. And my phone about to die, y'all. Okay, thank you so much, love. I'm going to go to sleep. I hope you enjoy your trip. I'll hit you up next week for a one-on-one on your site. Great, baby. I'll talk to you soon. Can't wait to help you. It had to be from my ex. I remember having the bumps before I met the next guy. Well, if you got an idea where it came from, that helps. That helps. But at the end of the day, now it's just time for you to educate yourself and get the support. And the help is here. The support is here. So that's a good thing. But my phone is dying. So hit me up. I won't tell you to do that. Look at my videos because I'm about to go out of town. So I don't want to tell anybody to hit up my inbox at this moment because I'm not going to get back to it right away. Tomorrow's going to be a family day for me before I leave. So just know you got the videos here. If you are a female, my information to join my support group is available to you there. And you can be added there. So, okay, guys, I love y'all. And I got to go because my phone died. If you don't take your medication or no, it will go away on its own right. Girl, I'm so happy you're still on. Yes, I'm about to get off, though, because my phone's at 1%. So I got to go, guys. I love y'all.